for him.
And then Patty too, eh? Fuck.
Everybody was hoping for his downfall too.
I know. I was just scared that he wasn't legit because he's not even in the top 15. Well, he wasn't in the top 15, I don't think. But
and he came also out of nowhere, right? And it's
Yeah.
just like he silenced everyone. Jeez.
yeah, he's a character. He's like he's a big draw though. Like he's a guy like Sugar Sean, like
Yeah.
the big stars of the company.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Well,
to watch
he's
those
fighting
guys.
now in that sphere. I think he's the main event, I believe, for that.
You think it's gonna get too hot with that off?
Maybe can you run it a little bit, like on a low speed?
Yeah, I just don't know if it'll.
Might fuck with the mic, like the wind in the microphone.
Oh, you don't have the other one, eh? The other one busted. Didn't you have that Dyson one? The circle? You threw that out.
Yeah, that one was garbage. I don't know. Maybe it won't. It wouldn't be the wind. Don't talk for a second.
Okay. Is it picking it up?
I think so.
Can you record it for like 2 seconds and listen to it? No.
I'm fine with that. I don't really care. Like it's not too bad for me.
If I start sweating, don't mind me.
Yeah.
I just,
Oh yeah, shouldn't wear gray tee.
I'll stop.
Armpit.
I'm mostly because I'm just frustrated that AC doesn't work.
well, it comes on and off.
No, it just doesn't get cold. It's like the same. It's like as soon as it gets a certain temperature outside, it doesn't like cool. Like it's been at like 77 for like.
Yeah, I guess it probably just can't keep up.
Is that Big Mike up there? Phelps is competing in these Olympics, right? Or is
No,
he?
no,
he's
he's
not?
retired. Yeah,
Is he retired?
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
Really?
I don't even think he competed last. Yeah,
No,
it's been
definitely
a
not.
while. He's
Has it
he's got
really?
like gray hair and shit. Like,
I'm out of the loop. Man, these guys are jacked.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know what this is.
Backstroke, maybe?
4x11.
Medley. So they probably do a bunch of different ones. I don't know what
Yeah.
medley.
There's just so many events, man. And they keep adding events to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like three on three basketball.
Yeah, and flag football too, eh? Yeah.
Like I didn't even know flag football was in it.
I haven't seen
in
it.
this year. This year's
I
Olympics?
don't know. I know it got added, but like I looked
No,
on the
they
website.
They had the 3x3 on
Yeah.
in these Olympics.
Like
3-on-3 basketball.
I know, I saw that. I saw it
Yeah.
on. I keep seeing all the handball,
Oh, the handball.
and like the first thing I think about is like, before the Olympics, when did it? Has it been a sport for a long time?
It's a
Yeah.
big sport in Europe. People love that in Europe. It's like a
Oh,
European
maybe.
sport.
Because I didn't like.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
played it in gym class back in the day, but like
But like that,
I think
where
it's
it's like
big in-
shit on the balls and like that type of thing.
oh no, that's like pro level stuff.
Okay, but that's still the pro level to that. I would
Yeah.
have no idea that
I
like,
think so.
existed.
But that was one of the
previously.
first, like, I think, Olympic events. It was like,
Oh,
it
really?
went way
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
yeah.
that and like
Handball went
wrestling and shit,
Yeah.
What
probably.
the hell do I know then?
way back, I think. I don't even know how long, but it'll be some to look up.
Oh, okay. I just don't remember seeing it in the. But yeah, 3-on-3 seems. Even I was even
3-on-3
watching it, and I was
basketball,
like,
yeah.
"This seems like."
I
It's
didn't
a
even- I
little
didn't- I
goofy,
didn't-
right? Like
do
there's
they
some
use-
niche things in the
Do they
Olympics.
use like just one basket, or is it like going back and forth?
back and forth.
Back and
I
forth.
think.
That'd be
Smaller
wild if they have to
court?
clear
I
the
think. I
ball.
don't know.
They're
I
playing
could
like
be
street
wrong.
ball.
Yeah,
in
street
the
ball
Olympics.
is just like half a court.
Clear it at center. Call your own
I don't
fouls
see
and
like
everything.
it would be like I don't see how they would use a full size court with 3 guys.
It would just be running, throw the ball the other end, run, throw.
Yeah,
the
it'd
ball
be
the other
fast
end.
break, fast break, fast break, no offense
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Now I want to know.
Because like, wasn't Ice Cube who made like the Big Three league? It was-
Yeah,
it was
I heard
called, like,
I
the
heard
Big
something about
Three
that.
league, right?
I heard him promoting that.
Right. And all of a sudden now it's in the Olympics.
Yeah. But it's not like any of the NBA guys. I would assume it's like
No.
amateur guys. Because I know
Yeah,
the
that's a
the
good
big boy
question.
the
That's a
big
good
boys are
question.
playing in
Yeah.
the
Half.
And it's
half court.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Half court.
half court.
That's hilarious.
Wow. Yeah, so I mean, all the NBA players.
I mean, even here, I guarantee you, there's some like weird. Oh no!
Oh,
this.
for sure.
Have you been watching it on here? Because it's all just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're all
I
the
haven't.
channels.
I haven't. I've been watching the golf actually. The golf is intense.
Really?
The golf has been intense. You have all these big guys, right? I mean,
Yeah.
This was on
PGA
last
guys,
night.
Live guys. I mean, they're going off. And basketball.
Yeah,
became
basketball
huge
is
too.
cool. I enjoy basketball quite a bit.
Yeah, basketball is Sudan out of nowhere, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think it's they got like the dream team USA, like all the big boys in the NBA.
Yeah.
So that's like just
There is
a
handball
huge
right there.
draw. Oh, here it is.
Yo, but let me ask you a question though. Basketball wise, you think that the dream team is better than this year's team? So the 1992, I believe, dream team they call it when it was back in the day, and they called it the official dream team. Do you think that one is better than this one?
That's a good question. You know, probably not. And I'm not educated enough to tell you yes or no, but like,
No,
man.
it is. It
Also,
is-
you got to think some of the guys that are on the team now that are like the big stars are getting older now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But I think that this team right here arguably is probably better than the dream team.
yeah,
I
it's
think
definitely
so.
possible.
I mean, they're dominating.
Yeah.
At some
What's-
point, I thought they weren't going to lose a quarter.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if they probably did lose a quarter, I would say, but
Yeah.
I mean, you go through the Olympics without losing a quarter, that would be
Yeah,
intense.
that would be nuts. Kind of unfair, but it's interesting how like hockey, they don't let the NHL guys like play in the Olympics now.
Yeah.
So it's just like
That's
all guys you've
strange,
never
yeah.
heard of.
I
playing.
guess because of I mean, they're stars. They get hurt, and then that's it. Their contracts are done, and
Yeah.
that's it for the team. You have like a big time player.
Yeah, but it just adds to like hockey in general, like guys playing for the Olympics. And there's more guys like, I don't know if in the NBA, like there's quite a few guys on like in like different countries that are like big in the NBA, but like in hockey, like Russia,
Right.
But they play in the World
Slovakia, all those
Juniors.
places.
They do World Juniors, but I guess, but
I don't know.
do they play the World Juniors and then they get drafted into the NHL?
No.
Yeah, well, some guys are already drafted.
Drafted? But
But
Some
they're
guys,
already in the NH, playing currently in the NHL.
yeah, I think, well, there's some guys like some of the younger guys on the team. Like you see some guys that are still wearing full cages too. Like
Right.
So probably still OHL guys, but for the most part, I think it's like guys that have either just been drafted or like played a few games or a season with in the NHL. I'm not 100% sure.
Did you see that boxing?
That was
Yeah.
controversy.
See,
That's
I don't
insane.
understand it.
I
Like,
don't even know, like, how they even let that happen.
see,
I didn't
I'm
think that they
I'm
would let it
confused because
happen.
I'm reading so many different things. Right, like some people are saying like she was legitimately born a man, and then some people are saying no, she was born a woman. She just has X and Y chromosomes, which is possible to have both.
Yeah, no, she's
So I don't-
definitely 100% born a female.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so she is born a female.
And then I read this one thing today that was like she had it was like a little bit of like not skewed, but like at one point in her career she had elevated testosterone levels. But
Like unnaturally elevated, like
no, like I think just as much as anyone, like it's possible for probably not a ton of females, but like
that's what I don't
didn't read
understand.
into it too much.
Well,
I mean, that's all. I just saw
See,
the headlines.
I'm seeing so many different things, and like you see people reposting and stuff, being like, "This is like horseshit. Like, why are you letting a man fight in them?" Like, I don't know if it's actually a man.
it's not,
So, which is
100%
like,
not.
which makes it weird.
There's
Like
pictures like there's the pictures of her like as a little like looking like Tatum, like small child.
See,
like,
then that's-
as a 100%.
Then that's why I don't understand why
I didn't know
everyone's
that. Yeah, yeah,
outraged
yeah.
necessarily, because like. If you're born a female and you have genetic advantages, like that's fair game.
Well, like that's
sorry
what I was
about it.
kind
Like,
of been saying, like in the back of my, I'm like, what? Again, it's people have such strong opinions about it, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I was kind of like, if it's a like, I saw also, I didn't look at it yet, but I saw that today she did this like addressed it and like talked about it and was
Okay.
like, I got to see because like
So the official statement was made.
by her, yeah,
her.
yeah.
But I just don't understand what the big issue is. If she's a genetic freak, then
Right.
like she should be in the Olympics. No,
Yeah.
like that's who's meant to
I
be in the
also
Olympics.
think that like
right?
even if okay, compare it to like someone else. Compare it to like a male using steroids,
yeah,
testing positive previous in their career,
yeah,
and then fighting, for instance, if it's
Right.
fighting or whatever it is, or
and
track
then they
or
get
anything,
suspended for like a year.
and then
or
they
two.
come back and do it. Like
See, that's interesting.
that's
to me.
good on my ground. Like you don't,
Yeah.
you're not unless the rule is where you're banned for life.
Yeah,
Then like
that's when it gets weird.
it's kind
right?
of fair game.
Yeah.
I think like.
But
So
I
I'm not even saying that I don't even think it's the type of thing where like she tested positive for like using performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
But even if that was the case, and you're good now, it should be like, okay, fight.
Yeah.
right. See, I only read the headlines, so I can't really talk.
Yeah,
too much
see, that's what
about
I don't
it,
understand.
right?
Do you guys think that? I don't know. I just like I don't understand what the big. I think people are misunderstanding it and think that she is like a transitioned.
That's what I
Like
thought.
yeah, see, that's what
That's
people
exactly
Yeah,
are.
That's
and
what I
that's
thought
like
because I
hardcore,
saw-
like not ever like. There's no like she actually. I read this too that in Algeria, I think that's where she's from.
Yeah.
It's illegal,
It's like
right?
super
Yeah.
frowned upon,
Yeah.
super religious country, and like
Yeah.
that's not even like
Right, okay.
thought. And like
Yeah.
there's no. I don't even think once you find out or once it's like you're presented with the data, it's like debatable whether it's like hardcore. Like oh no, she's a female, always been a female. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what
interesting. I
thought.
think maybe it was blown out of proportion a little bit because of the way her opponent was just like.
Well, I mean,
need to
even
be
the
I need to-
media.
she's like, I'm looking out for my life. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like,
I don't know. It sounds
Like,
like,
it's
That's
fighting,
because
it's
the media,
hand-to-hand combat, right?
Like all the headlines were like, yeah, a female, male fighting, like
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
which like from what I've read and everything, it's like I don't think that's the case at
That
all.
was not-
yeah.
okay.
No, I don't think that's
Interesting.
everything that I've read. I've been trying to put it together, and it just like there's so many like contradicting articles, headlines, but some of them like don't really go into detail. But the ones that I've read, they say that she was born with X and Y chromosomes,
Yeah.
and which is like possible.
Yeah, that's like a genetic,
And
like
I
whether
don't know,
it's a defect or not.
And like,
it's
who cares if her testosterone was elevated? Like, if it's naturally produced, like that's fair game. Like,
Yep.
if it was exogenously, like injected, that's a different story.
Correct.
But
Yeah, if it's naturally,
they can tell, right? They
No,
must be-
but like no, I disagree almost because if you were a male going in the UFC
Yeah.
and you tested like your levels were out of range of what they tolerate to be acceptable
should
levels,
be?
yeah,
regardless whether you took anything or you just have that,
yeah,
I think you'd still be like,
suspended.
yeah,
really.
yeah.
That's interesting because
How could they test that though?
You're not. What do you mean? How do
even
you test
even
what?
if your natural testosterone levels.
But what if that's
Just
not
like
their fault, right?
blood
Like,
work.
That's
like what
what
if
I'm
it's like, oh,
saying.
I'm sorry, I'm just like, you know what I
I
mean?
think
Like,
it's
I
the
got
type
all
of
my
thing
shit
where, like-
dialed in. I got my diet dialed in. I'm sorry, I'm above the
I think that's
natural
the type
limit.
of thing that like no person has.
Yeah, I guess if it's so out of range,
There's
then that's
really
a different story,
only
right?
things-
Like,
it's probably better chance that like you actually didn't know you took something versus
Ye-
like your
that's actually
natural
true.
levels just being too high to the point where you're like
Yeah.
suspected of anything.
this is very. See, this is what I'm really interested in to know how many professional athletes are actually like doping to a certain degree, because a lot of people have like. Some people are extremely ignorant to it, like oh no, but then some people like everyone's on.
It probably just depends what
steroids.
sport.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
too,
Like,
like-
side note though, they're making actually Olympics type
Enhanced.
competition,
Yeah.
enhanced Olympics.
I
That's
listened.
awesome.
Did you listen to that podcast?
I didn't
on
listen
Rogan
to it.
Yeah.
with the
He has the guy on that, the two guys that like started it.
yeah.
Okay. There's like apparently
Pretty
like 3
badass.
big investors.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's all like the biggest thing with that is like once you start getting into like
So we'll see.
like not even performance enhancing drugs though, like
Everything.
other drugs. Yeah.
Whatever
So
you
can't
like, max out. Max out.
That's funny.
like
Yeah.
certain drugs are legal
Yeah.
that like testosterone or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Is like like and then there's certain like I think I forget what it was. I'll butcher it, but it was like if it's an illegal substance or like X, Y, and Z in whatever country, then
Yeah.
it's. But yeah, if they go into depth about all that on there, it's good.
Yeah, and I
Okay,
think it's
I'll give a
all
listen
like
to it.
supervised by medical professionals in that field too, which is going to be interesting to see, because you're just going to see like I mean, I think there's a possibility that like maybe
Records
like
are
it's
just
not
gonna be crushed.
records aren't crushed, but like I personally think that records are just going to be smashed.
Smashed.
Like think about like the strength sport, like the javelins, the the shot puts, the like
Right.
the what's the chain one, the hammer, what's it
Yeah,
called?
but
The
they,
throw?
I don't know if they they have certain events in like it's not
going to be.
Oh, so it's
every
not
event?
traditional.
it's not
Olympic?
like every single Olympic event.
It's not okay.
But it's like, and then that was another thing. It says it's like, well, in say like the Tour de France and like that in particular and other stuff, it's like so many people, all the world
Yeah.
records are probably set on it anyway.
Yeah, the first place guy would be like the natty first place guy would be like 10th place or some shit.
Yeah.
some
I mean, they're
random
gonna
shit
have
like
to
that.
have the 100-meter sprint.
yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
And just like
You have
alright,
to,
so
like,
what are you
those
gonna
ones
do,
where
right?
everybody's
It's
curious.
Like, you're gonna run it sub 8, like seconds.
Imagine.
You know,
It's
it's like that would be insane.
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be. I don't remember on that when they said it was going to be a couple of years or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
sure, but
But I think there's definitely some spontaneous, subtle use in like the NFL. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you got
for
guys
sure.
that are like,
Yeah.
like Aaron Donald, 290 lean abs. I'm like, come on. You
And-
see
and
that
yeah, it's
in
just
like
people
that he looks
already
like an
talk-
off-season
yeah.
bodybuilder.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Like,
for sure, there's a yeah, without a doubt, there's a ton of that.
And even when you
Yeah.
go back, I mean, a lot of people came out, even saying, "Yeah, I use this, and that." Right.
yeah.
So,
Or a lot of like college athletes will talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, like their use. I'm more so like back in the day.
yeah, I
Like
would
the
say like
freaking-
even 90s, right?
Yeah.
90s, early 2000s. I mean,
I think it makes it fun,
Yeah.
man.
and then even in baseball, I mean, baseball is notoriously known.
Yeah.
Right?
See, that's where it gets good. You should be able to just juice to the gills in baseball. Just pound. Like, nobody wants to see a bunch of skinny dudes not be able to get it past center field. Like, everyone wants to see it being launched into the crowd, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's already boring enough, so.
Like Barry Bonds was just smashing it out
Yeah.
of the stadium. People are like in kayaks picking up his balls.
Yeah, see, like.
Yeah, that Olympics one. What did you have?
Which one? The Olympic one?
I had what?
Yeah, the funny one was the shooter, dude. The guy
Oh,
flew
yeah.
from Turkey. Dude.
Oh, is this
Just put
the-
his hand in his pocket? Doesn't even close one eye, dude. He
Is
just
this
goes.
man? I keep seeing these memes about like a dog or something. Is this the guy we're talking about?
No,
You ever-
so they had like I don't know. What is it like 10
Just like
meter
sports shoot. I don't know what distance was or anything like that.
pistol shooting, right?
Yes,
It's
yes.
And all these guys from these countries come with sophisticated like,
Like
lenses,
lenses
everything.
and, like-
Yeah, I
Right?
heard about it.
And like everybody naturally, like when you aim at something, you close like one eye or whatever. This guy, nothing, just walks in, has just a regular T-shirt on, turkey on, like no extra suit or anything like these other guys. Just comes in, hand in the pocket, bam. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Silver medal. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah, it's
shit.
It's just like sometimes
He woke up hungover. He decided to go shoot for a minute.
He just flew over. He's like, all right, silver medal. I'm going back home.
Just because he's been doing it since he was old enough to
Yeah,
stand.
there's
Just because he's John Wick, basically.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at him now, he just looks like an average Joe. But you look at like competitions that he was competing 10, 15 years ago when he actually became like was first. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy looks like a killer, straight up. You look at his picture, and it's just like
That's
look it up,
interesting.
and he just.
I never watched any of like the shooting or stuff like that. Like archery's huge,
archery's
like huge,
awesome to
huge. Yeah,
watch,
yeah. I've watched
The
archery a little bit,
distance
but
is insane when
Yeah.
you look at the distance,
It's
like how
unreal.
on a wide angle from where
Yeah.
they're shooting to like where they. I don't even know
Yeah.
the distance number wise, but I mean visually when you see it, it was
yeah,
wow.
it's unreal.
So this is 100 meters. So it's like guess which drug each one of them is on.
I don't know, man. What makes you faster?
Little stenazolol.
I don't know. Yeah, like that's.
Little. That's
But
like
again,
the,
a lot of that does come down to just like recovery. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of where the
exactly. I think
performance
if they
enhancing
were going to
comes.
be using it, it'd be like in the EPO kind of like those like more sophisticated drug or like drugs that we just don't know about. Oh, I wonder what she's taking. Huge.
Yeah, I don't. It's strange, and then you have certain countries who are like specifically good at certain events. Why?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Like, why is that?
That's
I don't
that's
know.
what's
You
interesting.
know?
Oh, also
that's another thing. Did you see the talk about different countries? Did you see the posts where it's like what each country gives when their athletes win?
Oh, I did
yes,
see that.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
Canada's like, here.
Man, some
buy
people are
groceries
like,
I saw
for a few
one.
weeks.
someone is like apartment.
Yeah,
you know,
one bedroom apartment, two bedroom apartment, three bedroom
yeah.
apartment.
And then one is like zero. I think some countries literally give out nothing.
And then like a
Yeah.
couple, like one was like 100 grand and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I
But,
think
like,
China's
oh,
like
that's
Some people
500.
like 700,000.
Yes,
I think
China's like
France are
700 grand. Yeah, which is crazy.
Some countries are like.
And then Canada, I
in the
think Canada was
100,000s.
13,000.
Maybe,
I
yeah.
have
That's
no
what
idea.
I
It
had
was just-
read.
I mean, honestly, if you're competing for your country, I mean.
And then you
should
go
be-
to the other one, the enhanced games one,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like gold medal, million.
Wow.
I'm making numbers up.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually
Yeah.
it's like in the millions, I think. Gold medal, million,
Yeah.
something like that. Bronze, like whatever.
When I don't think they're doing it by country, from what I understand. Like I don't think that each country is being represented. I think it's more so like individual.
Individual, yeah.
Because that's
yeah.
what I had heard them talking about. From what I understand, is that it's just like you go in as an individual, not
Representing
country.
or,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
on
I see,
behalf
I
of a
see.
country or something.
Yeah, so I don't know how that would work, like heat wise and stuff like that. That might get just out of control, but
Yeah, I don't think the countries want to stand behind it. Not yet. At least.
yeah. Or I think the way they were explaining it is that they weren't trying to, I don't know, something about like indifferenting people. I don't know. They explained it some like
yeah, they
political
go through
way.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
on there,
it was like it was some
it's a
sort of
good one.
political
I gotta
reason that
listen
they.
to
Yeah,
it.
you do.
I gotta
It's
listen
Yeah,
to
like-
it, yeah.
I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to about half, but it's funny because these guys seem like nerdy dudes that are they just want to see a freak show, like, which is
Why not?
exactly
And
like
I mean, they probably got billions of
I
dollars.
think one of the guys was like a biotech, like
Yeah, yeah.
a longevity, like pharmaceutical guy or something
Yeah.
like that.
yeah, I think so. Somewhere in that space of like performance enhancing in that sort of like biology realm.
Yeah, and they'll probably have like the best doctors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah,
available.
100%.
And
Well, it was like that was like
everyone is gonna get, you know, like your body type is, you know, type
Yup.
A, type B. This is what you need.
Yeah.
You know,
so
this
that
is-
actually might be something that like makes a jump in performance enhancement in general, because they're gonna find it, they're gonna experiment with different
that
things,
was
right?
the big. I think the big thing too was like it is a stipulation is that it has to be under like,
Doctor supervision.
Yeah.
and it all has to be like done, not just like
It's gonna come down to like molecules
Yeah.
of the people's body.
See,
It's just
that's
like, this
it's gonna
is-
be interesting.
That's what's
'cause-
gonna happen. This goes quick.
But holy shit! Look
100
at her nail.
meters?
How do you sprint with nails like that?
I don't know.
Holy
I don't know.
shit! That's wild.
How do you like hold?
Yeah.
I just
you know?
never when I'm watching, I just never know what like I'll be watching one and it's like, oh, round of 16, and then like next one it's like, oh, that was an Olympic.
So
gold
this is the
medal race.
finals right there.
This is?
This is the final.
Okay.
Yeah, I know who wins.
Oh, this has already been on.
Yeah,
Probably an American.
no, American second, I believe.
Jamaica for sure. Holy shit!
Shachir
Smoked
Richardson
him.
second.
Uh oh, somebody tore
This
a
is St.
hammy.
Lucian.
Yeah, man, Jamaica's fast. They're quick. I would assume a lot of these people, well, for sure, they make money in endorsements.
Endorsements, I
like
think, is
because
the
you
biggest
don't think any
one.
of these people work jobs, eh? Like, in order to compete in the Olympics, like you got to be pretty dedicated year round.
No, I bet you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I bet
Maybe-
you like an average Olympian, like meaning competing in the Olympics,
Yeah,
works.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, maybe,
I'd guess
like,
more do than don't.
I mean, the
Yeah,
guy,
I
that's a
get
guess.
the
I could
top
be
guys, like the top guys for sure.
yeah, like the guy who
They're
keeps
not-
shooting,
they're not
I
doing
believe
shit.
He's like still working.
Oh yeah,
he's
he's
gotta
like a
work.
janitor.
Yeah, exactly.
and he just
He's
shoot-
probably like got a shop
Because,
just
like,
selling,
how
like,
else- I mean, other than-
merchandise in Turkey somewhere. Your fake Gucci bags, and just comes every 4 years, shoots,
Yeah.
you know, a couple rounds.
Because
Gets
if
a
you're
gold
not
medal
making
and
money
leaves.
on here, like, and then not, I'd wonder what percentage of Olympians have endorsements.
Yeah, that's kind of like a. Yeah, I guess that's an ignorant assumption. Like, because if you're not making, if you compete here, like just because you're an Olympic athlete, you're not getting compensated if you don't win.
Yeah, and then
So-
how much practice does it take for, you know, one particular event? I mean, swimming. I assume you got to practice every day.
Yeah,
for X
and-
amount of hours.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Like, first of all, they got to practice like technique, and then they probably have different training blocks, like for strength and endurance, etc. So, yeah, and it's just down to the science too. Like, and then they got coaches that are like, just they're paying big bucks.
Yeah,
like,
so I would think that endorsement is a big one.
Yeah.
a lot of Olympians have normal full-time jobs. Not all, but most.
Wow. So
Yeah.
most.
Like Phelps, for example, you know, like he
Yeah.
probably, right? He
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have to work.
But
He's living
my
lavish,
favorite
man.
job is one of Olympians have a Japanese canoe slalom competitor, some Japanese name, who is a Buddhist priest.
Fuck yeah.
How many people? Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just reading this. So here in Germany, around a third of the Olympic athletes are soldiers.
soldiers?
Wow.
Wow.
That's
third
pretty
of them, a
badass,
third
man.
of them.
That's, yeah.
They go through
That's pretty
basic
cool.
training and then are exempted from almost all duties unless in times of war and get coaching for their sport. When they no longer meet requirements for their sport, they get sent to regular unit in the army.
Wow.
Those are your
Wow.
buddies, probably.
That's wild.
Most
I did-
American Olympians have full-time jobs. I watched swim trials and they mentioned Nick Fink is an engineer. I met an American gold medalist when I was in elementary school. He was a doctor.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Damn.
you have NFL
those are all
guys.
legit
You have
careers.
NFL guys that are like doctors.
I think it also
And
comes
they
Yeah.
go
with
to
like,
the NFL and then just like become like doctors.
Yeah.
They go and finish school.
but it's like a certain caliber of, like, if you're here, you're going to be success. You're not going to be
Yeah, exactly.
like, half-assing your
Yeah, you're
life
not gonna
and
have
career.
exactly.
right. Yeah.
So that's probably like
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually.
there's
Yeah.
an Australian javelin thrower, Mackenzie Little, who is a doctor. Basically, yeah.
But that's awesome.
Basically, the ones who don't have a full-time job are Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, and
So the
Simone.
top of the top
Yeah.
guys, are the
like
only guys.
99% of them. Some
But-
some might take a year off to focus on training for the games, but being an elite athlete is not a guaranteed path to financial success. Field hockey players and rowers are all often have whole careers. Anyway, so
yeah,
a
it's
large
But like,
chunk.
like Damian Warner, he's a Lululemon athlete, like you know what
Yeah.
I mean, like so.
cereal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's on every
He's on
fucking. Was it
cereal.
Cheerios
Yeah, I
or was
think
it
so,
something
yeah.
like that?
But he's like one of the more like how is he
He's
won
leg-
lots of gold medals and or medals
yeah, I
and
know
stuff?
he has.
Well, last Olympics, I think he won a gold.
he
gold-
did
like,
have a
that's
goal, which
one
is
guy.
legit. Yeah.
That's one guy.
And the decathlon too, which like
It's
that's
all
legit.
events.
That's like probably like the best.
and he probably
athlete.
did have a full-time career up until like he was able to just like I don't
Oh,
know,
for
but like I
sure,
don't know his
probably.
past, but like we're here sitting saying this like he might have just been like let's look it up.
Yeah. Maybe he's like a lawyer,
Yeah.
Olympic lawyer.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I mean, we got doctors. He just said doctors, like any
Yeah.
profession is probably on there. Engineering, whatever. I mean, in order to be a high athlete, I mean,
probably a high achiever in general.
I would think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never know. It would be interesting to like look all those things up. But there's so many athletes, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
basketball guys, they're not. Their job is to play, get millions of dollars to play
Yeah.
in the NBA, right? It's
Wild.
just like golf guys, they don't work. They play golf and make
Yeah.
millions.
Is there a
right?
lot of
So-
money in golf, like in the?
I don't know in the Olympics or
but,
whatever,
yeah.
but I mean, you have
Like the PGA guys, the
PGA
top
guys,
of
or
it,
even
yeah.
the live guys right now who
Yeah.
even make hordes of money. They went from the PGA to live, right? So once live got live, you compete and you enter a tournament. Even if you finish last, you still get paid, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in the PGA, you got to make cuts. If you don't make the cut, you don't get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would assume there's a
So yeah,
lot of money in with the top guys. Well,
right. And
that's
then
the
like
thing,
for
like-
example, like judo, right? It's like not a lot of people gonna watch judo.
yeah, it's not a big draw, and like, see, that's where I'm very interested to see what
Actually,
the day to
that's
day.
yeah. So he's only 34. I didn't know that.
Well, he's competing in this year.
Yeah, he's-
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know he
He's
was
fairly
that young.
young.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like all his stuff, he basically just looks like he came right out of school and like
Well, he
Okay.
had trainers from like high school that are still his trainers to this day.
Oh wow. Holy
Like I think
shit.
it was like 2 of them or whatever that
probably-
trained him since he was a kid to
Jesus.
literally right now. He kept that same squad.
Wow. That's insane. I wonder how you see that. Well, you probably see that coming from a
that's
mile away.
crazy.
Like an athlete like that, you must see that coming from a mile away.
Like,
Like people, are
people
like, "Get
change-
that kid.
People
that kid right
change
there."
camps, right? People change
Yeah.
trainers, but with him, he literally had like I think it was 2 guys that he had from like since he was a kid,
Wow.
all the way to these Olympics.
Wow.
Yeah, very
That's
impressive.
insane.
That's impressive.
I don't think they have like
that's
the
a good stat.
decathlon in like high school or I mean maybe in university, but I know in high school
Probably.
I doubt there's like a decathlon.
Like in high school, I did shot put and discus and
too.
javelin. That's
I
all
did
in high school.
well grade 9 I did shot put, discus, and 100 meter. Yeah, like what a weird combo.
This is a random question. Out of any Olympic winter or summer, what do you think you could place the highest in of any sport?
Oh man.
The highest.
Like the highest meaning like of your like if I've yeah, like it
Like
still could be
individual?
second last, but like if everything else you
the
finish
best
last
thing you'd
in,
be at in the Olympic sports. Okay.
I'd probably go with, I don't know, what I just said. I'd probably like try javelin, shot put,
Yeah.
discus.
I'd probably
try
give shot
archery.
put a go.
I'll
like
try
pretty much
archery.
everything you just finished dead last, right?
Yeah. Oh, like if we walked in the Olympics today,
Today?
But
we might just
every
get
single-
disqualified for being so awful.
But is there anything you think you could just beat one person in?
No.
No
In the Olympics,
way.
absolutely
In the
not.
Olympics?
No.
Yeah.
Even if I compete like
Okay.
Man, if somebody blows a hand me in the 100 meter, like maybe
Yeah,
I got a
maybe-
chance.
okay, I guess that's true.
There you go.
Like,
Which
something
just
like that.
so
happened.
there's a fighting
chance.
chance, a little
Yeah.
chance. Right?
Okay, if you could compete, same thing applies, but you got to compete against females.
Man, they would.
I'm winning gold every
They're
category.
Olympic
No, I'm just
athletes.
kidding. Yeah, no,
Boxing?
that's legit.
Boxing.
Yeah, boxing maybe.
Technically, they like if
Depends
they
what
got
weight
the
class- well,
technique on
man,
you, and they just like
230
circle you
something pounds,
around.
like, you know, if I'm
what are you
fighting a
just gonna
featherweight-
swing and hope to get like
Okay, other than boxing, because you could get a lucky
judo,
Wrestling.
judo, wrestling,
Wrestling,
yeah,
yeah.
wrestling, just yeah.
Any-
Well, maybe not
skills?
judo actually, because
judo,
like
they
because
use
that's a lot of
momentum.
technique, right?
Yeah.
Look like Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you know judo and you wrestle,
Yeah.
and you're 100 pounds and you wrestle a 300
Yeah.
pound guy, you could still twist their ankle a certain way.
Also, if you're just like
like
basketball,
basketball, no way,
athletic.
right?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
I don't think so. There's no way. Handball.
Maybe
handball
we could
versus
get
like a team.
no, but like if we played a 3v3 female basketball, we'd get smoked.
Yeah, they would just
Handball,
Yeah.
maybe.
they would shoot over.
or
you.
rowing.
Just-
Rowing might be
Rowing might be
yeah. If we get a week of practice, you might be able to.
You think a year of practice and if you're like, okay, we're gonna.
I'm
not
pretty
finish-
confident for a year. Like,
In
if we
something?
could, we would look like we belong.
like
if we didn't have to work
You
jobs.
look like we belonged in
And use
female.
oh, for sure. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
a couple XYs in
yeah.
rowing.
Yeah, but probably not much things.
No.
It's probably a very
No, like,
disrespectful
what are-
question.
Yeah, I don't. I
Maybe
mean,
like so. And if we were competing in women's shot put, and we got to train for a year, and we
Maybe
got the
edits, he's
technique
big
down.
enough. They're bigger
I
than
don't
you
know,
are.
man. I don't know, man. Like, look it up. What is the distance on shot put that they? It's actually far.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, it's so much technique. Like you might be
Like-
able to beat these girls in an arm wrestle, but they're like spinning out of the block and like
Right.
launching
like,
that shit
no-
like a cannon.
Gymnastics, no way.
Not gymnastics. I'm probably
No, God.
Like-
tearing every CL I have
Like,
in
look at
both
it.
knees.
No, I'd fall off the second jump.
Diving.
Man, this is horrifying.
This
to
is
me.
crazy. This is like
Yeah, this is like
This
the
is
scariest
impressive.
shit.
this is on last night.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, this is
This is dangerous, man.
Yeah.
This is one of the more dangerous events, I would assume.
the rowing was crazy. I was watching some of the rowing and
Yeah.
that was
Yeah, I didn't
like-
watch any, but those guys are jacked, man. Those you got to be
Yeah.
a powerful human to.
Let's see what the list.
What are you looking up? The shot put?
No, I gave up on that.
You gave up on that? Like, I don't even know all the events.
I know.
Yeah,
that's
me
what I'm
either.
looking
Right?
at.
There must be
So it's
something
like,
niche.
there's so
That's
many
I was looking into the other day. I was actually
Badminton.
looking on the website.
Badminton?
Taekwondo.
Yeah, Taekwondo's like.
No way.
Actually,
you
no,
get kicked in the
Taekwondo's pretty
head.
legit. It's legit. It's not like Aikido or some shit.
Handball.
But is there karate in the Olympics? I think there is.
They used to be, or
I don't know if there
is.
still is, but I know there was at one point. But
Oh, that's sailing. What's breaking? Like breaking shit? Like
I don't
chopping
know.
stuff in
Ma-
half?
No, I
Maybe.
don't think so.
Or no, breakdancing. That's what it is. Breaking is breakdancing. There's breakdancing in the Olympics.
Yeah, it is. Look,
Yeah.
it is breakdancing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Man,
So
they
maybe a
they
year of that.
They have an 11-year-old doing skateboard. You
Wow.
guys seen
Yeah,
that?
BMX.
Wow, that's crazy.
There's an 11-year-old doing skateboard.
Wow.
I think it's the youngest Olympian ever.
Holy shit. Oh, there's no age?
11?
Is there an age limit for? There must not be, eh?
I don't think so. I mean, the guy who went shooting was 51. I don't know what the oldest competitor is.
Yeah.
I mean, the youngest.
Well, I wonder
was
what the
11.
average age is of an Olympic. I mean, it probably varies so much. Like the shooting sport's probably older,
Yeah.
but
Probably like.
I'd say
what'd
like
you guess?
mid-20s.
Average. Yeah, I'd say 20.
20?
I'd say 22.
I'm gonna say 20. Yeah, 22 is a
you're
good
20.
one.
Okay, I'll
22?
take 21 then.
Yeah.
21?
Actually, no, I'm gonna go
25.
23.
I go 25.
Yeah, you might be. You might because if you got a 50-year-old, that's
Oh,
like,
boy.
yeah, you might be. Yeah, if I say 23,
I go 25.
yeah, you might win that one.
I'm saying 22.
The Price is Right rules.
20
right?
in 2020 in Tokyo, it was 27.
Wow.
Ooh, I win.
See, because wow, interesting.
I think it ranges, right? Because you have like people who are gonna compete when they're like
No
20,
age limit.
Yeah, so you can be
and
10
then
years
4
old.
years old, like later, they're gonna compete again,
Yeah.
and another 8 years then is still competing.
I
right?
wonder if this 11-year-old in the Olympics will be some like phenom to like break the record for the most Olympics ever competed in.
Well,
He must. If he's at the Olympics right now at 11, like holy shit. How many more Olympics does he have before he's out of his?
It's a girl actually, but
Oh, is it? Is
Yeah,
it?
I think it's
Holy
a female.
shit.
It's a girl.
That's
She's
crazy.
11. I think China, I believe. I don't
Wow.
know exactly where, but if she stays healthy, she's probably gonna compete for the next like 30 years.
Which is unreal to think about.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Has skateboarding always been in the Olympics?
Yeah, I
Has
think
it?
so. Like, no, maybe
I don't
not
pay
always,
attention
always,
enough
but,
to
like,
the Olympics. But
Yeah, I remember.
and then
it
another
being,
question is who has more events, the Summer or the Winter Olympics?
I don't know, but definitely the Summer Olympics probably gets a little more views. No,
I think so. I think the Summer
Yeah.
get way.
Because what are the?
I mean, you have like you have top like 100-meter sprint. Everybody loves
Oh,
that.
that's probably-
everybody. It's probably the highest.
yeah. Do you think
event.
it's probably the most viewed event? Like it must be by a long shot. Maybe
I think so. I
That
think
and
so.
or basketball.
Basketball became huge. I don't think basketball was huge. I'd say I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. Sure, they had that dream team in '92.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people basketball blew up. I
Yeah.
mean, even Canadian basketball. Canada is awesome. They won I think 3 games. They won 3 games right now. So
Yeah.
it just blew up, and I think a lot of people paying attention in the world. I mean, in general,
Oh yeah.
basketball has just blown up recently in the
Yeah.
past few years. big.
basketball.
Basketball, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be like
More
the
than handball?
hardcores.
Yeah. I didn't even know like what are the rules in handball.
I thought handball was only 5 years old of a sport, but apparently not.
Well,
No, I
look
think
it
it's
up,
like
Google
some
it up. How
ancient
long has
Rome,
handball been
freaking
around?
Greek, like old school sport, like one of the first sports
Yeah,
ever
probably.
played. Like
Playing
some,
with skulls.
yeah, yeah. It's probably statues of people playing handball somewhere.
Yeah,
man,
and then
that's
like even man,
Field handball made its Olympic debut in 1936.
Wow. When was the first ever Olympics? I should
Probably
know that
that
date.
one.
I feel like off the top of my head. When did the Olympics start?
I have no idea.
I couldn't even guess because my guess would be so far. off.
1896.
Okay, I probably could've
20
missed
years
that.
after, so that's close to the
That's-
start of
yes,
the Olympics.
pretty
Wow.
much.
That's
yeah.
only like, would I say 30? I don't know what I said, but yeah, that's close.
Yeah, that
early
is pretty close.
1900s, man.
Jesus.
So it's been around for a long time, but it's not popular. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah. You know what's funny? Speaking of like niche sports that are really big, have you guys heard of Gaelic football?
No,
Never?
never. I
Man,
haven't heard
You,
about that.
you would. You like.
it's like almost like American football, and from what I understand, like I could be totally like botching this, but I think it's like American football and like soccer.
where you kick it. I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's just like it's called Gaelic football,
So it's like
and it's
rugby?
like big in
Kind
Ireland,
of.
I believe. I think it's big in Ireland,
Probably
and it's
is
very
just called
similar.
rugby.
Rugby?
Is that just actually
No,
what rugby
no,
is?
it's called it's different because I was talking to some guy at my work. He was like a coach for some soccer team, and he like traveled the world. He lived in Dubai for a bit. He's from like Ireland. He was telling me that his brother is like a professional Gaelic football player. I'm like,
What?
Gaelic football? He like explained this sport to me. He's like, yeah, it's huge. And I'm like, really?
He probably
Never
has
heard
to
of it.
play. He has to pay to play.
Yeah, oh, most likely. Yeah. No, I think they actually like are like professional
I'm gonna look that up.
athletes. Yeah, Gaelic
I mean,
football. If it's rugby, I'll be embarrassed, but I know for a fact. I'm pretty sure that it's real. Because I think I looked it up once, right?
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
So it looks a lot like rugby, but it's called.
the feel is probably different.
Okay,
too,
yeah,
right?
Gaelic football is played with a round ball, slightly similar, smaller and heavier than a soccer ball, and played against rugby-style H-shaped goalposts. So it's not rugby.
No, yeah.
Rugby style. All right. I'm in the
Rugby
clear.
style.
That's funny.
So, yeah, okay, so it's mostly played in Ireland, Great Britain, like
Ooh.
European country. North America, I don't think so. Never heard of it. Never heard of it until.
And then soccer,
recently.
like, do they have men's soccer
Yeah.
or only female soccer?
I would assume that I don't pay
Because
attention
they
to
just
soccer,
had a
but-
World Cup, right, in soccer.
Yeah, that's interesting.
No, I think I
actually.
saw men's soccer on there.
And then it's like, who's then competing for your countries?
Yeah, that's.
Right? Is it like more?
I
Obviously,
feel like
it's more
there's so
important
many
to like
soccer
compete.
players and soccer leagues, and like, there's gotta be enough to be. I mean, I don't follow soccer very well, but
Right? Because they got the World Cup, and then it's
Yeah.
like, do you then go on and compete in the in the Olympics?
yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know,
And
man.
then like your top athletes, like you're not going to see Cristiano Ronaldo
Yeah,
competing
no.
in like Portugal in
No.
the Olympics.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question because the World Cup and the Olympics are completely separate, right? So
Yeah, I mean World Cup is people love that.
oh yeah, huge. Like
What's this? Can't
maybe you're right. Maybe it is only women's.
No way.
That would be wild.
No, definitely not.
There we go.
What's
Man, I was
this?
watching the mountain biking the other
Downhill?
day.
Like
That's
downhill?
intense.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
intense.
I wonder what this is.
So yeah, I think they do have the men's.
24.6 kilometers to go.
This is just bike.
Yeah.
Well, this could be triathlon.
Okay. Where do you think you would place in a Olympic triathlon?
Dead last.
You think you look like you? Well, you wouldn't look like you'd be the biggest goddamn guy
I'd
there,
look
but
like- You'd be like, have this guy get fast testing.
like, come on, melt. This guy must melt the cup. Yeah, that's. I see like.
But I don't know. Are those?
Is it the same? Like,
don't know
are,
what this
are,
is.
Are they the same numbers?
What do you mean?
Like
This guy's about to
competing
pass the
wise in the
motorcycle.
triathlon?
I mean, it's an Olympic triathlon, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same numbers as the Ironman, like.
No, it'd be the same one as like the 5150.
Okay.
That's an Olympic distance.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
So
I
it's
see.
like
So it's the smaller version.
1500,
I see. Okay.
10K, and no, what am I saying?
10K run.
10K run. I think
Yeah.
a 40.
Yeah, it
bike.
must be a 40 bike.
And then what? 1200 swim.
Yeah, 12 or 15. That was just bike though.
You know what's funny?
Beach volleyball. Is
Since
sick.
I've been interested in endurance sports, I've been paying attention online a lot to what people have to say about it because mixing it with like strength training / hypertrophy training is like it's almost like looked down. Everybody has something negative to say about it, like look at the physiques of like triathletes or Ironman. Like you want to look like that? It's like, or it's like
What do you mean,
can't
like,
be as big as you can be. Like just from people online and stuff.
Like from a strength training perspective, look at the physiques of those guys.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, like you can't do both because you'll look like this. Like if you take it, you can't put on as much muscle. You'll lose muscle. You'll lose size. Like, but the way I look at it is like if you want to be Phil Heath, you're not going to be doing triathlons,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
And if you want to look like the best guy, if you want to be the best guy in an Ironman, you're not going to be able to hold much
that's
muscle,
where
right?
like it. And
That's
like,
where the term hybrid is like.
yeah, and
that's
like
where it comes in.
You'll,
Right?
Like you'll see this as like I don't even think I've gotten good enough to like really see it myself, but like 100%, if you want to like, you got to pick which one. If you want to keep getting better at endurance or triathlons, you have to be willing to sacrifice for sure. If I lost 20, 30 pounds, I'd be probably twice the endurance athlete I am now.
Yeah.
And so it's just a matter of like finding a balance of what you
exactly
want to do.
right.
Yeah.
And it's like it depends what you really care about most, right? Like
but you can also like there's also a difference too, because like you can be like you just get like really lean. You might not be like mass, but like you'll be super lean
just
and
nice,
like still look huge.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, like is that what you seen as you trained? Like you're like, oh shit, like I'm looking a little leaner than usual, and I'm not putting as much effort into being lean, or as you're training for endurance.
Yeah, well, it's just by virtue of the amount of volume you have to do for endurance. It's like you can't like I could never expect my like legs to grow, let alone hold its size while running the certain distances and like training what you should be training for. Yeah, but it's like I know that like that's just like a little sacrifice you have to make. In the meantime, try and hold most of it. Yeah, but as far as like just overall leanness, like I ate like relatively shit. Yeah. And still like was on a downward trend of like weight.
Yeah. So
like you can't,
and it's hard to not be in a deficit when you're doing that much volume of training.
I mean, not impossible, but like
you have to make eating your fucking full-time job.
Like, but it's also
but then it's like becomes detrimental to like
exactly.
It's like you can't eat like when
you can't be a mass monster and be an endurance athlete. Yeah.
Or like or even not even mass monster, just think you can hold the same amount of mass. Yeah. Before introducing like swim, bike, run type of thing. Like, there's zero chance of you like it's holding it to the same extent.
Sure.
Like,
but it's also interesting to see like when you look at like Ironman athletes that are competing, you see so different like types of shape how people are looking, right, and still competing and doing it without a problem,
killing it,
right? So it's like you'll have people that look like an average Joe.
Well, not even average. Like you'd think they're completely out of shape.
Right.
Oh that's what you were telling me, right?
Like, so it's like when I went, and unfortunately he didn't have to couldn't compete last year. So when I was down there with him and I saw the athletes competing, it was interesting to see, because like you said, they just look like you're either out of shape or whatever, but they're just,
or this guy doesn't do any physical activity.
That's where like the misconception is that like if you're lean and like sure you'll get leaner and stuff like that, but like if you start doing those sports, you're not going to just instantly, because like it's contrary to what like how we know training to be and stuff. Like I think this is a very like bro science way to break it down, but it's like if you're like doing endurance sports, like it's all about fueling while you're going. So like if you're fueling while you're like, sure, if you never fueled, never like actually took in proper nutrition, you would start losing a ton of weight, but you'd also just collapse and like feel like you know everything would go south as far as your body functions.
Yeah,
so like
you feel like
a lot of people like even like bike riders, and like you'll see a guy like our buddy, right? Like he's like George.
George.
You know, like, and he'll smoke you, but he's like, you know, he's round.
Ball. Literally like a bowling ball. And goes on a bike.
And you'll go on a bike.
I find that pretty cool, man.
Yes.
That's pretty
but it's all because like it's a totally different type of endurance. Like you're not using, if you're using your body's fat storage as energy, you've missed the boat already. Let alone time after time after time in order to like actually see a difference.
So it's like critical to know what you're consuming at what point of time.
But that's why you see people that like look out of shape and that can just like run for a marathon.
Or even guys that like they don't look lean, but they're rail, like it's weird to say, like they don't have separation or they're not extremely vascular, but they're rail thin. They don't have like a six pack or anything. They don't have like, you know, like cut muscle, but they're rail thin.
So they're
like
probably that's just like those guys have probably like been athletic or just like naturally really thin. And on top of that, have never touched a weight in their life.
I would be interested to see how many, like, I would say maybe probably biking, there's a lot more strength training involved, but how many, like, endurance athletes are strength training, if at all?
I'd say like different, like it's more of that like functional, less
Yeah.
like strength training, more
Yeah.
like how golfers do certain movements. Like you figure out what's like.
Well, race car drivers
Goes
like
hand in
F1
hand.
Oh,
racers,
those guys are in
you
crazy
think they
shape.
don't train? They
Yeah.
train like crazy, man.
Yeah.
Just to like
Yeah,
the,
but
the
that-
G forces that they have
Yeah.
to take.
The same thing goes though. Like they can't get big.
No, of
No.
course not.
Otherwise,
No,
they're like
yeah,
now
they-
performance going downhill.
and the car can't go fast.
Well, yeah,
enough,
like
right?
they
So
have
it's
a
like
weight
all, like,
limit and
yeah.
everything. So it's like
Yeah.
you kind of do as much as you can as far as like in the gym and stuff.
Motorcycle
Yeah.
racers, right? It's like, dude, those guys they have to go to a gym and train obviously a certain aspect or whatever. How I mean, obviously they have trainers for that, but I mean, yeah, they have to train in order to perform at their sport, which
Yeah.
is racing. When you think about it, is like I'm sitting in a car and driving.
Yeah.
right? But it's
yeah,
like
you wouldn't
still-
think that
a lot
like,
of
they would
people
train, but-
don't get it. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, all these race car drivers, they have to train.
And you gotta have endurance, man. Like
Yes.
you have to be like you're gonna be sweating your ass
Yeah.
off. You're gonna. Actually seen a. I didn't see the movie, but I seen the preview for it. I don't know if you guys seen the movie. It was about like some kid that was like an insanely good like race car driver in a video game.
Yeah,
and
I
this like
like
big
that.
recruiting class of
Gran
like
Turismo,
drivers.
Gran
think.
Turismo, yeah.
Gran
Yeah, have you guys
Turismo.
seen that?
Yeah, that
Yes.
was good. That
Was it
real,
good?
That was
It was
real.
a real story.
Yeah. Okay.
He was literally racing online, and they came up with this concept. Why don't we just put these guys in
The
an
winner
actual-
gets the last spot in the car.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How? What a great. That's
and then
straight out of a movie.
they,
so like,
they race and they ended up winning.
Yeah.
I think they
wow.
won.
That's a badass
Yeah.
story.
Have
Imagine being that kid's parents. Like you gotta get
Well,
off
the
the
kid-
fucking
in the
game.
movie, it was
They were
like,
oh, was it?
in the movie, they're like, "This is not for you. This is not a life. You're not gonna make any money." Blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. Sure enough, this kid not only is like one of the best gamers, he becomes like a race car driver and wins.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
there's
now they
legit
have
money
like
in-
video game competitions that are blowing
Yeah,
up.
there's money in video games now, which is
they
crazy,
have literally
right?
EA Sport games.
Yeah, I wonder if
that
those
are
guys work out.
Sold,
Where-
selling.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, they don't. That's one. Wow. No, I don't know.
No, I
did
can't see it. No way.
Kid, I just
No.
came to top of my head. Did you watch Presumed Innocent?
No, I haven't seen it.
Presumed Innocent. The show or more?
Yeah.
The show with Jake Jones?
Yeah.
No, I have not seen that. Is the season finished?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it was finished a couple
always,
weeks ago.
I'm the type of guy who waits till the season finishes and just binges.
Yeah, no, same. I can't wait.
Oh,
I
you
can't
gotta
wait.
watch it.
Like
Then
next
it's
Thursday,
like-
really?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no,
but
I'm
then
watching
sometimes
all.
you get like spoilers when you go, if it's like a really huge show.
Yeah.
And then they have like memes happening.
I just
but-
finished it last night. So you want to know what happens?
Spoil it. Spoiler alert.
You would be the type of guy to say this guy dies.
No one dies. Okay, another thing. Did you watch Bryson and Donald Trump play golf?
No, I did not.
Oh.
Did it come out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see that. I need to watch that.
Yeah,
when
watch
did that
it.
come out?
Like a week or two ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that
That's
was supposed to
funny.
come out like
They did a best ball or scramble,
yeah.
and Bryson's done it once before on YouTube, and it's trying to break 50. And he got 50, I think, once.
No,
with
it wasn't Trump?
No, with
Oh,
someone
with another
else.
guy.
And so he got Trump to come on his channel and
That's
everything,
awesome.
and they shot 50.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And like, wait till you watch it. Trump is sick at golf. He would smoke
gonna-
any one of
I've
us.
heard.
I'm gonna watch it.
Man.
I'm
And
gonna watch
granted,
all of
I
it.
think
again.
they play from like it's like breaking 50 from the reds.
Okay.
So like Bryson drives the green, but it's like 23 under, 22 under, or something like that. But wait till
That's
you
insane.
watch it and you're like, oh my, like
This guy actually is
yeah,
putting
yeah.
like
he made like a yeah. Watch, it's mind blowing. You're like, oh wow, like this is
Wow.
crazy.
So Trump's legit, eh?
100%. As
well,
far as
people
a golfer
people
goes,
say he's actually good. I mean, I've heard that he's good.
watch
What an
it.
alpha.
Like
And I mean, he owns his own golf courses, so
Oh, that's right.
you know what I mean.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you'll
gotta be
watch
legit,
it. It's like
man.
you'll be like, oh, this is you didn't even you undersold this even.
wow.
Yeah.
Wonder
And
if
I mean,
Biden
you
golfs.
got to understand that guy probably like made multi-million-dollar deals on the golf course.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And
guy does his business.
Jordan, man, Jordan is obsessed with golf too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's apparently his golf course is like one of the best golf courses.
Yeah.
Or like his membership, like his private membership. I think only 100 people are allowed to have a membership to his golf course.
Wow. Yeah.
And the way he designed it, apparently he made it to fit his game, the way he plays.
of course.
So he like slices the ball.
Man, that's
He's just
funny.
gonna-
Do you golf at all?
No, I'm not very good at golf. I've actually been trying to get into it. Like I would like to get into it. Actually.
Well, you got a year, and then we're
I've been
doing.
trying to get into it for like a few years now. and
You
it's
could be
just-
on our team Showtime golf team next year.
Oh yeah, I'll train all. My dad actually had a setup in the garage with like a
Sim and everything.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like a
wow.
simulator and shit. But no, I'm not very like I'll rip the driving range once in a while, but like nothing serious.
Yeah, yeah.
I've played a few rounds of golf, but I'm not very good.
I wish I had time. If I had the
Yeah.
time, I'd probably play a lot. But I just
Yeah.
unfortunately I just don't.
Yeah,
I love it. I'm probably obsessed with it, sure, but I just
yeah,
don't
that's the
have
thing,
the
right?
time,
Like I can only do so many things.
and you
before I get
gotta.
obsessed with.
That's a game that you just have to be.
And it takes forever. I
Yeah.
mean, like a 3-4 hour.
Yeah.
day, no
Yeah, I
matter
mean
what.
18 rounds, 4 hours easy.
Holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then if
see,
you want
like-
to go grab a bite after to eat.
or crank a few beers while you're.
Exactly.
That's what
It
golf
comes
is
out
to me.
Like 5-6 hours. That's a day, right? So it's
Yeah.
that's it. You know, it's done. That's why a lot of these retired guys, it's just like that's all they do is play, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's a retired man sport, businessman.
What
sport.
else you got on your list? Anything other than that?
Soccer drone scandal with Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Like, what's
Back
up with
to
that?
Olympics.
And did they get like? I think they won, and then they
Lost?
qualified
I don't know. I
because they
don't.
took the points off.
I don't even know. You guys are gonna fill me in. No?
All right, so this is what happens. So apparently they just go. So
like the
what they-
Canadian soccer
the
team.
Canadian soccer team,
Girls soccer team.
which
Okay.
is arguably also. I mean, not arguably. They're known
They were
for
just
to
playing,
being
weren't they?
good.
Oh no, that was U.S.
Like they're actually a good team, and I
Yeah.
think they won like gold in the past.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so I have no idea, but they're top. Like they're
They
top
were
tier.
spying on other teams with drones
That's awesome.
Like, why would you go to the Olympics
and then get caught.
and then got caught too, and then deny it?
And then they lost like 6 or 8
They
points
lost
or something.
points,
Yeah.
right?
Shit.
So
Well, is
some-
that against the rules?
well, I mean,
Are they
if
making
you're-
up rules as we go, or like is that fair game?
If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right? So
Well,
I don't know. There's
that
got to be
cheating,
some rule that it's
There must
against.
be,
Like,
yeah.
You can't like
but it's
fly
like,
drones over
why
top
would
of
you-
practices.
Why would you fly drones over like teams that you know you're gonna beat? Like,
to see
you're not-
their like configuration, right?
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like arguably, like against New Zealand, for example. I mean, that's a team that Canada should smoke, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
they're just like New Zealand isn't known for soccer or whatever.
Maybe
Yeah.
they just
not
wanna,
that I know of. I
maybe
mean,
they just want to see if there's any like male, male gone female athletes on the team. Or
Yeah,
something.
I mean that was. It's just like what, like
like that guy's bike's probably
$15,000.
no way more.
That's
Man,
another
we
thing.
had
I
me and
know,
Ian had
that's
this discussion the one
yes.
day, and I was like, what?
Yes.
What the fuck is the
You
difference?
want to have a good bike? It's
Like 20, 30,
$20,000.
40. Yeah.
Which is unreal. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually quite unfathomable that you could buy like 2 nice Harleys for that
Yes.
pedal bike.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Wait.
and
till
you were saying what? It's
And
like the
that's-
weight. It's the
It's
weight.
everything. Technology. Like a lot. Like I mean, sure, it's like a lot of the what it's made of, but like
What is it all? Carbon fiber?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's.
and probably some even
I was
more
watching a few
elite
YouTube videos about it.
compound or whatever. But like even on some like even on the higher end, just like consumer bikes, they're all like Bluetooth shifters, so there's no cables,
What?
and it's all like your shifters are Bluetooth to your gears, and it's like zzz, 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 zzz. It's all
Really?
like instant.
Oh,
like,
so there's no
wow.
like nothing
no.
running through
Yeah,
it.
and that's
It's
like just
all
like you go to like
What?
two wheels, they have bikes on the wall that are
Oh,
like
I
that.
did
Yeah.
not. I did not
Yeah.
know this.
Yeah, it's like
So what? Like
These guys
even-
aren't paying for
Like
the
what are they
bikes, though.
doing
No.
now? Brakes too. When you're braking, it's just like sending signals to like. Just
I don't
brake.
know. I don't know.
And then, and
But
then,
yeah, that's like not like. I think it's like even for that to put on like it's a $2,000 thing. That's kind of like
Yeah.
not normal, but like you'll
Yeah,
see bikes like
and
that.
you
even.
probably don't have one. You're probably gonna have more than one.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
But
seriously.
like rims, like you could buy rims that are thousands and thousands of
That's
dollars
that was my
each,
next
like-
question. Is like,
That's
so
insane.
you know, your gear brakes or like your tire breaks, so you got to get a new tire, which is going to cost you $5,000
Yeah.
to replace a tire.
God, man.
Like
A rim.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
a rim.
It's such an
I did-
like it was something that like I didn't think was like an expensive
Oh, yeah.
sport, but like shit,
Yeah,
man.
I
like,
Everything
realized
can
it-
be expensive for sure.
yeah. I mean, like the entry level, like I mean, these guys are different than somebody who's doing their first triathlon, right? It, depending on
Yeah.
how much money you want to invest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, I guess it's what you pay for is what you get. right?
exactly,
So-
yeah,
And then we and it obviously matters, right? I mean, we talked about the shoes the other day with the running.
Yeah.
right? It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Dude, like
Big
I ran
difference.
with like basketball shoes. This guy
Yeah.
makes fun of me. He's like, go get some
See,
running
I didn't-
shoes.
I didn't understand that
I did,
either.
right? And then I go and get these like shoes, and it makes a crazy difference.
Now,
Yeah.
like,
It's like you don't even understand it until you actually try it
yeah,
out,
yeah.
right?
and then there's like even still to go from there, like the ones with like the carbon plates in them.
Yeah.
That-
All the
like-
ones that are like, well, you,
Yeah.
if
and,
you like put it against the
can't-
ground, it like
you almost-
bounces
you
up.
can't wear them as like regular shoes or like outside of running,
Yeah.
or they'll like fuck your feet up.
And then just to think about
Fuck.
like how sophisticated, even going back, like let's say the last 50 years to like today, like all these engineers are just like sitting there at a table and designing all these things. I mean, for your feet, for your shoes, for a bicycle,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
so much
Jesus.
engineering it goes into that, and just like the thinking behind it is just like you got to come up with this thing.
Yeah.
Right.
See-
it's like what does it take? Like, what do you study in school
That's a
to
good
be like,
question.
hey, I'm gonna make shoes
Yeah,
for running just specifically.
I don't know,
yeah.
you're the only one that went to school, I think. So you tell me.
I have no idea what, like, where do you begin?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
how do you
interesting though.
start, right?
See, what do you think the high end prices of like these like the distance runners? What kind of prices are they rocking with on their
For
feet?
shoes?
Yeah, like because
Oh.
I'm looking online, like the most expensive thing that I saw was like $475.
Yeah,
it was
that's
like those
probably
like
it.
Yeah,
those like
500
Nike
bucks.
Alpha Fly
Yeah, yeah.
like kicks. Like
I bet you shoes wise, a lot of like the elite runners are still wearing what me and you could pretty much go
Yeah.
buy.
yeah.
You don't
Like-
think that they make their shoes specifically?
Maybe they
dedicated
get,
for-
yeah,
like,
definitely
maybe
gotta
like-
get it scanned in a lab or
But-
some shit.
but for the
Dip it in
most part,
water.
no.
No.
They wear. I bet you they wear like the newest Nike or whatever New Balance or whatever it is.
Yeah, you would think that they make the shoe just like specifically for their
Yeah,
feet. How
probably
their
depends on
toes
the
are.
athlete too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess a
Or
gold
even,
medalist
like,
is probably taking the extra mile.
Sprinters, right? For their like their cleats, or
Cleats?
whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
what
know
they-
how. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Obviously-
It
spikes.
could just all be
Obviously, they're sponsored by whatever
these,
the
like,
high
yeah. He's
like
winning
like
Nike,
whatever their
Adidas or whatever,
country's
like
probably sponsored by.
Puma, exactly.
True.
Not
Yeah, you're
necessarily
not going to have a guy.
individual
The
sport.
country's sponsored by Adidas, and then the guy.
You could
pulls out
probably
the
go and
Nikes.
look at whatever they're wearing on their shirt, and that's what it is. So.
Yeah.
And they're required to wear it, obviously. Yeah.
That's it. You know what's funny? When I think of the enhanced games, I think of the scene from Rocky 4 where they're just juicing up Ivan Drago. They're sending him on they're doing all the high tech shit.
What a great movie.
Oh man,
Classic.
Best montages in the world,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, they run
Those
them
are
into like
killer,
all
bro.
these like labs and have
Yeah,
all these,
that's
like,
gotta be it's gonna be like that for sure, man. I wish they did do it by country because it would be so wild to see the difference in like the progression of like performance
Technology-wise.
enhancement technology wise. Like
Absolutely,
I bet
yeah.
Russia and China they got like the next gen steroids and performance enhancing drugs.
I mean,
And
they
then-
could be implanting chips into people's like bodies,
Yeah.
just like in their spines to make them like
Yeah.
exosuits and shit. Just like
You guys lost me when you started talking about
yeah. Anyways,
AI Olympic athletes.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Why isn't
AI
this working?
enhanced,
we're gonna be competing against AI soon.
yeah, athletes.
Well, you know what's crazy? Well, technology's so wild right now. Have you guys seen the new Ray-Ban glasses that
No.
they have? They have the cameras, and it's like
Yes.
you can it's like good quality
Yes.
like footage
People
coming
have
from your eyes,
yeah,
and it has like Bluetooth. You can talk to them.
Yeah, people already started recording videos and stuff with that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
I've
they
seen a
just,
few
like,
videos.
Put them on, and that's how they create content. I guess these days, running around with
Yeah.
glasses and
Well-
literally like. And then they say at the end, it's just like, hey, like, yeah, I actually been recording you all. It's like, where? Like, people are like lost. It's like, in my glasses.
Yeah.
And they can't even see the
Yeah.
the little
It's
lens
wild,
that's
man,
there.
because I was like, you can literally, this is like 100% legit. You can like look at like an apple, ask your glasses, like, what am I looking at right now? How much do you think this weighs, like in
That's
grams?
scary.
And it'll tell you, oh, this is an apple. It's this. It looks like it's ripe. It's probably about this weight. Like it legit talks
But you can
to
do that on your phone.
Yeah, like ChatGPT,
Right.
but on your glasses.
No,
is
but you
your-
can do that's like if you take a like even on your camera.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, like if
you can
go,
this
Oh, you
you
got it.
can measure like distance how
Oh,
how big
yeah,
the
yeah,
balloon
like
is.
measure-wise?
Like,
Okay.
like if you go, what can I do here? Let's just take a picture of this. I don't know if it'll work with a chair.
Should.
I was doing it with flowers the other day.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, really?
I mean, they
or
have
like animals. So like if you let me.
they tell you what it is exactly.
Yeah.
what
See, I
flower
did
it
that.
is.
You did that on your Apple camera, like on like your regular
But
camera.
it's nice
like,
to
watch,
just like
I'll
just
just
put
put glasses and just
Yeah,
go.
you're just like, yeah.
Like, see
Or
if
like the next step's probably gonna be contact lenses, like you
Yeah,
know, like
that would be different. That's a
Yeah.
different story, man. Holy shit.
like here's a picture of the dog, right?
and
Yeah.
it tells you what
And
breed
French
and everything.
bulldog.
Yeah.
Look up,
Yeah, that's crazy. Holy shit.
and it's like French bulldog and Boston Terrier. Like she's a French bulldog and Boston Terrier.
So
So it's
it even
accurate.
tells you,
That's
like,
crazy.
So accurate.
Have you guys talked to? You guys have ChatGPT on your phone?
Yeah.
I've used it, but I don't like have
I've
it on my
sometimes
phone.
went down a rabbit hole and just
Oh,
started.
dude, I've had conversations with the holy.
conversations, and it's
Yeah,
just,
I've had.
it's so strange, man.
I talk to that thing more than I'd like to admit, maybe.
But you know, okay, so you know what I used it for actually recently was
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a thing for the gym, and like get local. Like I want to do like corporate membership
Yeah.
/ like referral things and stuff.
Yeah.
So I used it for the whole thing. I was like, okay, give me a list of in 10 or 5 kilometer vicinity
Radius,
from me,
yeah.
small business, this that do this. It gave me a list of them all, their
Yeah.
phone numbers, their emails.
who you
and
can
then-
target.
And then I was like, okay, now like hair, now contractors, now. And
Yeah.
then it was like this, and I was like, no, more, like less of this, more of
details.
this. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you went so
Yup.
like specific details.
Yeah.
And then it
just-
learns more as the more you talk to it. It can like, and it remembers conversations with it, which is crazy.
Yeah, of course it's gonna remember.
Yeah, holy
it's
shit.
in there forever.
Yeah,
that's it. It's
Oh,
done.
Man.
Yeah, I mean
It's really interesting where it's going right now.
Yeah.
It is.
I use it quite a lot. Like genuinely, like I use it instead of Google.
yeah.
I haven't gotten into the habit of using it yet.
I'm
like-
in
Because
a
you can
bad
just
habit
ask-
using it for
Well, I
the
think
littlest
that's
things.
good. That's
Yeah.
probably way better than Google.
Oh yeah,
Like
It is-
accuracy,
so
efficiency, and
specific.
everything.
Oh,
so
yeah.
specific, like down to detail, like
Yeah.
every single thing.
No,
Yeah.
I have it on my phone. I just haven't like adopted it yet as like my go-to like. It's still, I mean, even here we are, right? Like I'm still just searching on Google.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, all that could have been in ChatGPT.
Yeah,
just like,
or
give me-
like and it asks, but like you can ask it more nuanced questions. Like
Yeah.
we could ask it, like, if I'm an average Joe, I weigh this and this. What Olympic event
Yeah,
would I do
yeah,
best?
yeah.
And it would give you like a pretty
They're gonna
decent
be like,
answer.
just-
We talked. We
Keep
talked
dreaming,
about,
bud.
We talked about. we talked about the dream team or whatever, and I literally asked that same question. I was like, "Who's better in your opinion or whatever?"
Yeah.
And it gave me details. It gave me like athletes. Be like, well, this athlete compared to this one.
yeah,
Blah blah blah. Like literally, and it was just like, and then I was
Fuck.
like, what else did I say? Yeah, give me 3 recipes real quick for
yeah. That's yeah,
you know,
yeah.
for beef stew or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's just like boom, boom, boom. Take this, take that, do this, do that, and it's just like
Yeah.
you want it like this, do that. It's just
You could go
so
yeah,
quick,
yeah,
instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, instantly. Whereas in like sure with Google, then you go like, okay, I want to click here, do this.
Exactly. You got to find
that.
websites and
Right.
articles and stuff. And
Right.
You don't know exactly what you're getting.
Whereas in
right?
this
You
one
gotta
just
search
goes.
for it.
brrr.
Yeah, it just gives you a straight up answer.
Yeah.
And then yeah, you could be like plan a trip.
I was like, well, if I'm an average middle-aged male, what sport do I have the best chance of getting into the Olympics? Shooting,
Shooting, yeah.
archery, equestrian, so horse, sailing, and curling.
Curling.
Okay, curling's a good one.
All those kind of like.
Yeah, that checks
Best
out.
chances.
See, like that's
And,
probably the
like,
most
archery,
accurate.
We should try archery sometime.
And then I bet
go
you could even get more
somewhere.
details. Like,
Starting
they'd be
at
like, "Hey, I have a background in this and this." Like,
Right.
you know what I
and
mean?
then
And then it's like,
oh, now
"Okay,
it
well,
gives
this
you more
changes."
options. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's funny. You got anything else on there?
That's pretty much it for me. You guys like desserts? The poor guy who invented tiramisu died, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old's he? 200?
I don't know. It was like
Yeah,
80
but-
years old.
How old?
80.
You're telling me
80 something.
tiramisu's only been around for
Tiramisu's been around for 80
Yeah.
years,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, yeah.
I feel like
Well, I don't
that's-
know if he invented it when he was a child, but
True. That's interesting, man.
arguably, that was.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not
he
sad.
may not have. He might just be taking credit for a tiramisu. It might have been.
Tiramisu's good, but
He put the label on it.
I don't know. That's a good thing to look up.
I'd be more sad if the guy who invented cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw recently. So that was it. That's all I got.
Nice. Now we know it populates on your news feeds.
That's sad
Tiramisu,
news.
Tiramisu and
Chat
Olympic
GPT.
and drone cheating.
Oh, man.
But honestly, with that drone, I think they actually like won their games, and the points that they didn't
Lost them it?
like,
Or they still won?
advanced. I think they
Yeah.
advanced. I
Okay.
don't know though certain. I haven't followed up on it.
I don't know why that other was.
That's high tech though. Like the drones, man.
The drones. I
That's
mean, you
awesome.
see it in football though. We had those like deflate game with Brady and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
they always spy. The spy, like,
Yeah.
it's like all of them do it. I mean, just to
Yeah,
get the
well, man,
edge. I mean,
It's just when it comes to football, like that's almost part of the game a
It
little
is,
bit in a
of
way.
course.
Like I remember even when we were playing, like if we were if it was getting like the weather was getting bad, we would go practice like indoors, and we're like, okay, like cover the wind because there's only so many indoor facilities,
course,
right? So
yeah.
other teams that we're
I mean,
playing
when
against
you-
are practicing there, so like,
yeah.
oh, watch out, or we'd be practicing like, who's that guy up there?
Right.
Somebody go talk to him. We can't
Yeah.
play our plays right now.
David
right? Like-
Warner right there.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
He dropped the ball.
Big dog.
But like, yeah, when it comes to football, I mean, I used to play ball too, and
Yeah.
we used to run fake plays, fake stuff, just to like think
Yeah.
that those are the things that we're actually gonna do, right?
Yeah,
So it's-
exactly.
Right, and
That's also the cool thing about football is like it's so much game, it's so much
Oh,
gameplay.
it's
It's not like you
strategy.
can't
It's- I mean,
improvise.
it's
You can't
chess on
improvise. It's
grass.
film.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I
Film is
mean? Like
key, yeah, of
whoever's in the
course.
film room the most
Yeah.
is gonna win, right?
Yeah.
So
that's 100% true. I believe.
I think
the film
he
game
messed
wins
this up, right?
everything,
He didn't get this.
I think he was. Oh yeah,
I don't know what he did.
No, that
he was
I
in.
think that
He
just
placed in
ruined it for
fourth
him.
today.
Because it
I'm
said
pretty
Damien
sure.
Warner no height ends.
Ends
hopes.
hopes for Olympics.
So I'm sure if you miss one of them,
So
there's
that's
no
it.
chance.
He's not getting the podium.
That's tough.
Oh, and then this must have been after, and he did it anyways, just because, right? Takes part in.
I think I don't know how it works, right? If he can't like compete anymore, do you still end up competing the rest?
How do they score the decathlon? Like whoever
There's
places
points, I
the bet.
believe.
Okay, there's
Well,
points.
I think
Okay.
by
It's
the-
a point system,
Looks of it, if you fail one of them, you don't have chance for a medal.
right? So why do you compete then the rest?
They were doing the same thing yesterday in like gymnastics and shit. It's like because it's good practice, basically.
I see.
Like if you fail, like because of that, it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
getting
yeah,
on that
yeah.
type of stage and like
Yeah.
going through the motions is
Yeah.
like super valuable.
Oh, but you could actually mess somebody else up though.
I
Like
guess.
think
yeah.
about
Yeah.
it. Like if you go and like do I don't know whatever it is 400-meter race, and let's say Sweden has to place second in order to like go on the podium.
Yeah.
And then you just like beat them just to
Yeah.
Yeah.
to not
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I get. Yeah, there could be some
right to
some
like
fuckery,
just screw
eh?
them over to
Yeah.
let somebody else win.
Yeah,
I like the States better. I'll let them win, and I'll just compete.
to
screw over
I guess
Sweden,
you could. You
right?
could. Yeah, you could screw stuff up. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, that's what happens in like basketball, like football, right?
Yeah.
So it's like people are trying to compete for a wild card spot,
Yeah.
and you're dead last. You're not gonna. So let's try to like screw them over, and, like, not make him
Yeah, this is
qualify,
true.
right?
Yeah, I never thought of it like that.
There's probably enough variables in it that it's like you really don't affect that much.
In the Olympic one, decathlon.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know. I'm just,
I have no idea.
I'm sure.
I mean-
yeah. Like if you really break it down, it's gonna work.
Well, there's skateboarding
Yeah, I mean they're all sleeping over there right now, so
Yeah.
nothing's going on live.
on their cardboard beds.
Cardboard beds too. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did that come in effect?
I don't know.
When they went to Paris.
No, that was I think.
No, it was
Or
implemented in, I
like,
think, the last time.
like in what was the last one? Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had it on there.
Well,
prior to
also the
that.
part of the reason is like there's so many athletes.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make it out of recyclable stuff too. So from what I'm hearing, like legit.
I guess, and then if your event is done, do you stay for like the closing ceremonies, or you just peace? You just
I don't know.
leave.
Probably get out of there. I mean, you probably want to stick around, but
Because how long is it in general? 3 weeks?
Is
Yeah,
it
like-
a month? I don't know.
I think
3
it might
weeks?
be 3 weeks or
4 weeks?
I
yeah.
don't know.
I thought it was around 3 weeks.
Yeah, so you're probably checked out. You're probably there, start to finish.
Yeah.
I guess if you're like,
Because if it's like goes the same way, it's like if you don't compete till a week in, you're probably going for open like. the
right, that's
beginning.
yeah. So showing up, that's right. Yeah. So I mean, if you're competing last in the
Still
last
probably
week,
all
you're
there
still
at the
gonna
same
showing
time.
up at the same time, and then. I guess they stay in like the Olympic Village, right? So I don't even
Yeah.
know. Are they allowed to leave?
I don't know.
No, I don't
Like,
think
to,
so. No, I doubt
tour
it.
the city
I
or
doubt it.
whatever.
I guess they probably would. That I don't know,
Hard
that's a
to
good
say.
question. It would be such a cool experience going to the Olympics. Like, holy shit.
I was watching a video and there was this guy who went to the opening ceremony, and I was like, I'm just kind of going over what I perceive it to be, but like the line, one of the line, so it was the day that there was that train.
Over there in
Hack,
Paris?
yeah.
Yeah, dude. They had like a power
And-
outage one, and then they had like a train
Got hacked.
got pretty
right?
much hacked.
So, anyways, this guy was like going to get into the opening ceremony, and the line was like not even a word of a lie. It would be like from here to
St. Thomas.
no, maybe not. I was gonna say like
Imagine.
Byron type of thing. Like he was like,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
That's wild.
It was insane, and it was all because of like that had happened. So security was
Because
this,
it was
that, and
like
the other,
I
and,
don't know
like,
if it was like a hack attack. I have no idea, but it was like the beginning of it. It was it was pretty rough actually. They hacked the train. The power outage was like there was power outage day one, and then they
Jeez.
swam in the river, who's like full of feces. Now
Shit,
athletes are
man,
coming
yeah.
out like
Oh,
being
God.
sick.
And like I saw that they spent like a ton of
1.5 billion, I think,
clean
was,
it.
to clean it.
It
And
was
it's like,
like-
did you clean it?
Some guy just went
And like
let
there
his
was this
dog
lady
shit
who
in
did
it.
an interview with one of the athletes, and she's like, I saw stuff that I probably shouldn't
Yeah.
have seen
Jesus
while
Christ.
swimming.
Crazy.
So I don't know what that. It's probably gonna end up in a lawsuit. Someone's gonna sue
Oh yeah.
because they ended up doing it, right? ended
They
up
signed
doing it.
waivers, so they can't sue anyone.
I
I'm
guess you're right.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
sure. Like
right.
if you
They're
get
all-
shit in the face, you gotta don't come to us.
right.
Well, anything else?
Joe Rogan's having a lot.
Oh yeah, that's tonight.
Oh yeah, that's like that's airing right now.
What time is it on?
I
at?
think it's on at. I
think it's on
I
at
think
8 or 9, I think.
is
Yeah.
it 8 or 9? I thought it was later.
It might be.
it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys
You got Netflix here?
Are you guys comedy fans? Like
Yeah.
pretty-
I've
basic comedy fans?
I've started enjoying comedy
Oh,
recently.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have Netflix.
Yeah,
Set
do
up
you
here.
guys watch Kill Tony at all? Man, did
I
you
was
see the
just gonna
Trump
say,
Biden
yeah.
Kill
Yeah.
Tony?
That was
Holy
awesome.
That was
shit.
so funny. We watched that
Oh.
here a little bit actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I
Yeah.
started watching with you guys here when
That was hilarious.
Oh,
Josh
man.
was here, and then I ended up watching it at home, and it was just oh my god!
Oh,
I
dude,
was
it's
dying.
unbelievably funny.
Like Shane Gillis, dude.
The best is
Oh,
like
he's
when
so good,
the
man.
best is like
and he kind of looks like him too. Like they did his makeup perfect, man. Same
perfect.
height, like same build.
talk, everything, like the way he was, like
I don't know where
From-
it would be on here.
Maybe go
go
to
left.
Yeah, to like live if there is,
there
any
any-
or new and
I
popular
haven't
maybe.
used Netflix in like years, dude.
What do you use? Do you
Just
have-
the same stuff that he has, right?
Yeah.
that one we were just
Um,
watching.
Apollo
Yeah, I
TV
guess
or
it
whatever.
must be later then. Or I know.
But where do you
Netflix has a
see,
hard
like,
time with
live?
live stuff, man. Like I was watching the Love Is Blind
Oh,
live, and I'm waiting for the reunion. I'm like, come on, guy, and like it was delayed like an hour because they couldn't figure their shit out.
like there should be a section, right?
Saying
where it
wait
says-
here.
Oh, there it is,
it's
right?
live today. Okay, so it's let's see.
Oh, okay. So it's not. When does it
10.
start?
I'm not the biggest.
10?
Oh, okay, 10. Okay.
And what is it? Yeah, only an hour. He's only doing an hour, and that's it, eh? Or is it an hour till starts?
It's probably just like an arbitrary hour, or it's probably an hour. An
Yeah.
hour is like
Yeah,
normal.
no.
Yeah, doing an hour
Stand-up.
comedy, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, but Shane Gillis, dude, like that was I watched the last one with Joe Rogan was on it too.
Yeah.
But he didn't really talk much.
The best is when Shane Gillis like breaks character.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
Just like
he's like,
the-
oh, fuck.
Yeah, and he can't hold like
Well,
sometimes
when he-
he just
it's when
can't
he's saying
hold.
some
He's just,
super,
so
like-
funny, dude.
super off, like
Yeah.
And then
way
you see
far
some guys
out
who
shit.
just like, I mean, most of them are shit.
Oh,
But
that's
then
the hardest
some-
thing for
yeah,
me
it's
watching.
just
Like, do you know?
I want to like just fast forward, right?
Yeah, like,
But that's like the whole point of that Kill Tony. Anyway.
Right.
yeah. And then there's a diamond in the rough every once in a while, like the Hans Kims, David Lucas. Those got the golden ticket guys. But man, holy.
Man, there was like on the last one with Joe Rogan. I don't know. Did you guys watch that one?
no, I seen some clips, but I didn't watch
So there was apparently a guy who was friends with like a couple of serial killers.
Really.
Apparently, yeah,
What?
it was actually funny. It was an old man. He was like, "Yeah, I did acid. I bought drugs of this guy."
That's pretty funny.
It was just like, and
No, I haven't
and
watched
Joe was like, hold on, wait a minute here." Yeah, and then it was like, I don't know if it was a joke, if he was in character, but what he was giving, the answers he was giving were like legit
Pretty
answers,
specific enough to be
specific
like believable.
enough. And he was like, "Yeah, I bought drugs off him. I did that." I was
Yeah.
just
Funny.
like, "What?"
That's wild.
And then another one must have came out recently too, though. They come out every Monday, right?
yep.
Yeah, every Monday, which is good. I like that.
Oh
I
man,
enjoy
it's
that.
huge. It's
Once
a big
week.
show now,
Yeah.
man. Like,
I didn't know much about it until
Yeah.
this guy told me. It was just
I
like,
knew about it. It's just I think they're long, right?
they
man,
are.
They're like
they're pretty
sometimes
long.
like 3 hours sometimes.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic of a podcast. It's kind of a podcast, but it's like more of a show than
I
anything.
like Tony
I like-
Hinchcliffe, but like
Me too. Yeah.
He
But
gets annoying sometimes.
yeah, not a ton. Like I like him in.
I don't
like,
necessarily like
bursts.
his comedy as much. Like, I don't really like Joe Rogan's comedy that much. I think he's funny. I like
I
his
haven't
podcast, but I'm
seen
not the
him.
biggest fan of his
I
comedy.
don't know. Maybe I laugh. I saw him.
Yeah,
live.
it's definitely
Like,
funny. Like, but like, I like
I'd
more
like
the
to see him. I've
silly
never
Shane
seen it.
Gillis style comedy, or like I really like Dave Chappelle too. Dave
Dave
Chappelle's
Chappelle
their
was
shit. He's more
hilarious. Back
sophisticated.
in
Well,
the
it was
day, I used
last
to
weekend,
love-
right? Was the Comedy Fest thing and
It got canceled.
oh, did it?
Yeah.
Why? Because of the
Because
rain?
of the, I think it was the rain or something like that, or like there was floods.
Who was supposed to?
There
be
was some
there?
floods at the
Burr.
time.
Oh, Bill
yeah,
Burr,
Bill
yeah,
Burr,
yeah.
Bobby Lee,
yeah, a bunch of like good
Tom Segura,
yeah,
like
Tom
some of the
Segura.
big dogs,
It was
man.
it was the weekend after the
Oh
concert.
yeah, the
Yeah.
concert, the Rock the Park. Yeah.
Park, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I kept hearing a bunch of people, and then no one said anything about it.
Yeah,
so I didn't
it's
realize
sad.
it did get canceled. Why? Were you supposed to go? Were you gonna go?
No, I was thinking about getting tickets because my dad's a big comedy fan, big Tom Segura
Was
fan.
it like
so I was gonna
one,
go with him.
one night only, or was it like throughout?
I think it was supposed to be two.
I don't know. I thought it was
I don't know.
two, but I could be wrong. There was some like I think there were some decent like opening acts. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
like
those guys always bring awesome guys with them.
yeah.
So
like you probably would have seen guys like Kill Tony guys
Yeah,
like
yeah.
at that
Wow.
comedy fest, which would have been like pretty
And
insane.
it would be, I can just imagine these guys like, fuck it, let's just go to London, man.
Yeah.
London, Ontario. What's
Man,
that
I
all
actually
about?
heard a clip of
Yeah.
Shane Gillis talking about London, Ontario. You see that one?
'Cause he was
talking
here.
about the how like yeah he was
Oh,
talking
no,
about the
I didn't-
strip clubs in London. I mean, like they're so Canadians, man, so fucking
didn't see that.
disgusting.
I
Putting
think-
bills
I
in their
think-
mouths.
I
like
think
he's like
he was
talking.
here. Wasn't he here at some point? Like,
I see. I
right
never
before
heard that.
he-
I never heard of him being here, but he talks about London, Ontario.
Dude, I
Gillis.
think no, like
Shane
Shane
Gillis.
Gillis.
Oh.
Before he
Yeah.
blew up, I think he was in London, Ontario, dude.
Yeah, he
okay.
probably did
So-
some gigs here.
I don't know.
Yeah, but Kill Tony, yeah, that's definitely funny. Dave Chappelle, I mean,
Yeah,
he was hilarious.
yeah.
Slap.
Oh man.
But they cancel him, or they try to cancel him. I think he had like
Yeah.
controversy with I don't know what network.
I don't
And then
know.
he didn't take like-
Netflix, I think,
Comedy
was
though,
when it.
Comedy Network, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Or SNL or something like I don't remember. I thought it was like
But good for
I don't know,
him.
but I
He was
remember
just
the
like-
one that sparked a lot of controversy was his Netflix special that came out not too long ago. It was just some like
I seen that
transphobic stuff.
Yeah.
I think that he was in trouble for.
Mm.
But yeah, they tried to
Man,
cancel
but it's
him.
comedy.
Yeah, you
What do you
can't cancel
expect?
comedy. And
What
when
do
you
you
start
expect?
canceling comedy, that's when
Right.
comedy, from what
Doubles
comedians
down.
say, yeah, that's when they
Right.
double down. That's when comedy becomes comedy again,
Yeah.
right? Like, if
And
there
it's
were
like,
if there were topics
don't
that you
watch
couldn't
it,
touch,
you know what I
then-
mean? It's
yeah.
like if you're gonna get offended,
Exactly,
I mean,
yeah.
dude, anything goes with these guys. And what I love
it's
about
harmless.
these guys, they just like make fun of each other,
yeah,
right? They just smash each other, but that's part of the.
no,
That's
it's
part of the
Kill
game.
Tony. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is like just like.
But even in the
ripping
back,
on
when
him.
they,
Yeah, just
when they,
rip
him
but
apart.
even in private, when they're like just shooting
Yeah.
the shit, they
yeah,
just like rip
in the
on
green
each other.
room, just riffing
Right.
off each other. Yeah.
Let me see if you got it. Let's. I don't know if I have anything else. Probably not.
That's it for me.
Yeah,
I'm tapped
same.
out.
You got anything else? I mean, it's kind of all top of our head that went
Yeah.
came up already.
I don't know. Can't think of anything now that I'm on the spot.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's see
Yeah,
if
but I'm
there's-
interested to see this tonight. I want to watch this. I just
Yeah.
don't. I'm gonna watch it here, dude. I don't have Netflix at home, so I'm gonna have to stay. Crash on the
You're
couch.
staying.
Oh yeah.
Are you chilling here tonight?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
chill?
You actually
Yeah.
can if you
All
want
right.
to.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck.
I
let's chill.
won't. I don't think I will be. But
Oh, you're not gonna stay? Well, I'm gonna watch it. I want to stay and watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a few bevies.
Yeah.
Got
I'm
some.
down.
okay,
Tequila.
let's do like the same thing next week.
You
Yeah.
want to do it next week?
Yeah.
Let's
All
do
right,
it. Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
try and do like once a week or every other week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
fine.
way better with like two and then someone else
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
then it's
absolutely.
like-
Super down.
If you guys are down,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I'm down. I'm here. So.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Done with
this is
it.
what we did this kind of week. I kind of half-assed it, but we'll
Well, it was-
just get like 5 things throughout the week that happen,
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and
it
like
was
I just
like
screenshotted it or
yeah.
wrote it down. But yeah, Olympics is
For
like
me, it
kind of
was
a big
all
thing,
the
but-
Olympics mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of shit happens, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
an event. Every
But we'll
4
learn to
years.
diversify a little too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly. Is this off now? Or is
No,
it
not
still on?
yet.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
You want it to be?
No, I don't mind. But
What,
yeah.
You're gonna what? Oh, it's off. What are you gonna say now? no.
Johnny
Okay. Yeah.
football,
No, that's
baby.
good. Okay, we'll end it here, and then we'll do the same thing next week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks,
Yeah, I'm
thanks for
down.
listening, guys.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.